with us and direct us as to what we need to do. We ask this in your name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the meeting to order. Would you do a roll call, please?
Burnham? Miller?
Here.
Chapman?
Here.
Peterson?
Here. We have a quorum. At this time, we'll look at the consent agenda, and there are 6 items on that to approve the January minutes and approve the special meeting minutes on 1/24 and 1/30, approve the January claims, approve the December 22 financials for all departments, and approve the February 23 estimated payroll. Is there any item you'd like to have removed from the agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
I have a second. Call for a vote.
Miller?
Yes.
Chapman?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Okay, motion. Please note the minutes that Dale just arrived. Okay, remarks or inquiries by the audience not pertaining to any item on the agenda. Is there anybody that would like to address the council? Would you please come forward? Okay. If not, item number 7 is the financial report for January 23. And you have with you the statement of revenues, budget versus actual. You want to kind of,
So Larry and I worked a little bit on the financials from last year and this year. We didn't have any spreadsheets or anything to go off of, so we kind of just printed up last year's compared to this year's. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Everything was posted on time. But to give you a scale and a graph, maybe next month.
okay.
We will have it next month. But we did work really hard on some other things with our CD bids and just some different ideas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you've got this with you. Do you have any questions about it? Anybody that was able to go
This
through
is
that?
just basically giving you raw numbers and,
Okay.
and a comparison to where we were last year at this point compared to this year, which I don't think we've normally done, but.
No, we normally don't, or haven't in the past. Yeah. Well, this was 2021?
Because of the way that it cuts off.
Oh, okay,
Here's the budget,
okay.
financials.
Yes. Okay, until we get microphones in here, we're gonna have to present ourselves a little bit louder to the audience, and I certainly appreciate you telling me that, because sometimes we forget. So if I say speak up or something like that, you guys be sure and speak up, so that they can hear us, okay? I'll do better. I'm the worst, I'm sorry.
Will you move your microphone back, because over here it just falls, yeah, we have to talk louder, but not into those.
Yeah, because this just goes for that. See, this is not in here, so, okay, I will talk louder. All right, okay, there's the financial report. If there's no questions or anything on that, then we'll go on to item number 8, the police department reports for January 23 by Assistant Chief of Police, Officer Miller.
Oh, I'll be very brief with you. Is that too,
You
am I
got-
too
you know-
close?
No, but you just need to talk loud so they can hear you. Because
Okay.
this is not a microphone for,
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not getting
Okay.
feedback and echoing over here.
she'll tell you.
It does, but it's not,
Good.
it's just, I don't know what it is. You're all right though, right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Okay, Butch knows how to do it.
Officer Miller, I'm the Assistant Chief, Mangum. I'm just going to update you with our January totals, like Chief Paxson did at the last meeting. So our rate, we actually I expected a decrease in our radio log activity, just based on the simple fact that we consolidated some of our area checks to make it more efficient for officers and dispatch, but because of events this month, we actually went up about the amount I expected, like 20% or so. So we had a total of 1,574 radio logs. Our calls for service, our call volume this month was 261 calls for service this month. So pretty high. 151 was traffic enforcement, almost 450 investigative logs, investigative activity. That's mainly because of our big burglary outbreak we had. 7 arrests, 2 of those were felony, 5 were misdemeanor. 18 crime reports were turned in this month. We had a total of 35 citations, 4,679 miles logged, and 428 gallons of gas. So a lot of driving, but again, a lot of that was down to us having to patrol more heavily, more officers out at one time. We had a big event occur, which we'll get into in a minute. Basic repairs, we had a few flat tires to change this month. We did get Unit 503 back in service and fully repaired this month, so it's back on the road. 504 is in the shop currently. A couple of minor issues, brake light, headlight, odometer. My understanding is that it's some kind of computer malfunction, and that's what we're waiting on, is for that to get fixed and back in service.
How new is this? How new is
A
that?
504 is a very old unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the truck.
Oh, okay.
And 505, also an older, higher mileage unit. It had to have a radiator hose repaired. It's going to need some front end attention pretty soon, but it is currently in service as we speak, actually. New news this month, we do have an officer that graduated CLEAT in December. We did not swear him in. We'll get to that in a minute. We'd like to swear him in publicly for y'all
that'd be
tonight.
great. Okay.
And our burglary. Everybody knows we had a rash of burglaries in the middle of January, so on the 19th. I just wanted to update the citizens and the council about how that's going. We've worked very diligently. I'm very proud. Every single Mangum officer just happened to be listening to the radio that night and responded to that pursuit, all 5. And we had 1 respond from Granite. We also got assistance from the Beckham County Canine Unit in tracking the suspect that was attempting to elude the officer. In the weeks that followed, all of us put in a lot of hours. I put some numbers on here for you. Our total value that was burgled that night was $44,625 in property value. We recovered 96% of that dollar value. 4% still unaccounted for, $1,800 still unaccounted for. That's 75 items that we had reported missing. 54 were recovered, 21 still missing. A lot of them not likely to be, things like cash, credit cards, stuff like that. We did serve a search warrant at an address that helped significantly with the investigation. We do have a primary suspect, and we are pretty confident this time we're prepared to file for an affidavit for arrest. There may be some other suspects and some other things that come out of it. And certainly we're still investigating some things, but at this point we're pretty confident we're ready to file for that. Our special task force, the same things he talked about last time, our multidisciplinary team still going on, and our LEPC, that's our local county-wide multi-agency FEMA compliance emergency preparedness. We just had our meeting this morning, and that's just going to help us get a lot of maybe grant funding and stuff in the future for all the agencies in Greer County, but Mangum represents ourselves there. So with that, I'm going to let Chief Paxton swear in our new officer, Officer Brandon Verbeck, fully CLEAT certified and working the streets. Very proud of this young man. He's been doing a lot. Our night shift has been very, very busy. They have been on top of it. They were on top of it before, but ever since this burglary happened, they have been very, very busy, probably to the chagrin of some citizens at night, but unfortunately necessary right now to be extremely active and to be very, very, very proactive in trying to deter that kind of thing again and investigate what we had going. So I'll turn it over to Chief Paxton.
All right, for those of you that don't know, this is Brandon Verbeck. Turn around, I've seen his face. Brandon went through CLEAT as Assistant Chief Miller said he graduated 21st, 22nd of December, somewhere in there. As soon as he graduated, he went to a ride class, which assists. It's just an upgrade of being able to do DUIs, able to do drug stops, be able to do things like that. The day after he graduated CLEAT, he's in that, and he does a 2-day class in that. So we're very proud of him for stepping up and not just getting through CLEAT and then taking off a couple of days. He went right to work and got training done, and he has worked very, very hard and very, very diligently. Very, very proud of him. So this is Officer Verbeck, Brandon Verbeck. This is part of your citizenry. So, you know, be sure and give him a handshake and a congratulations when you see him out and about. So this is just something that we do. It's an oath of office for every officer that comes in. Go right up there and
Chief,
stand.
yeah, I started to say Chief Paxton, bring him over here so that he can be seen on YouTube.
We wanna make sure you're real uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right, Officer Verbeck, please hold up your right hand and repeat after me. I, Officer Brandon Verbeck,
I, Officer Brandon Burbank,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not knowingly
and that I will not knowingly
receive directly or indirectly
receive directly or indirectly
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear or affirm
I further swear or affirm
that I will faithfully discharge my duties as peace officer to the best of my ability.
that I will faithfully
Discharge.
discharge my duties as police officer to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. We are going to sign. Oh, I signed for you, my bad.
Gotta do it again.
You signed above me. I should have practiced. And then, Ms. Mayor, if you will sign under witness, is what I have you do again, just make it.
You're already on camera messing it
I
up.
know, I'm not there.
Archie.
Okay, just to add a couple little things to what Brandon said, we now also, through, Beckham County has helped us out because we've never really had a dispatch manual for training on dispatchers. You know, it's get them in there, get them going and everything like that. Beckham County has helped us out with that. So we are currently working on a new training manual for, dispatch that should be up and effect, March 1st is our goal on that. So, we're very proud of that. We're full staffed except for one dispatcher, so if anybody's out there listening, or if y'all know anybody, we're looking for a full-time dispatcher, and we appreciate y'all.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief Paxton, I appreciate that. Any questions that you guys may have before we go on? Okay, we'll go on to item number 9. Discussion and possible action to approve the general election proclamation resolution 2023-22, calling for the election to be held on the 21st of March, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second, please?
Second.
All right, is there any discussion on this? We think not. Call for a vote, please.
I guess we could say, this is just so people know, because when I ran it wasn't very clear. This is just to let people know that they will get the packets ready and the petitions ready for anybody who is interested in running to be able to come to the city and pick them up. So once this is announced in the next day or so, it should be available for whoever wants to run to come and get it.
Okay, thank you.
And the
Appreciate it.
deadline for when they have to be returned.
Right.
Yeah.
That's in here.
I don't know. I hadn't
March
been read
3rd
it all.
or something.
Yeah, March 3rd
Yeah.
Okay, March 3rd.
at 4:30.
Okay, we'll go on to item number 10 then. Discussion and possible action to approve resolution 2023-23, appointing a judge clerk and counters for the election that will be held on the 21st, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second, please?
Second.
All right, do we have a list of everybody, and everybody said that the counters and all of that, or just, we don't have that yet, right? Okay,
No, this resolution has to
Text.
be
Yeah.
passed by March.
right,
But I told Armin to go ahead and put it on now, so it's in our mind, because, you know, typically the previous clerk had handled that.
Yeah.
and So we might need some help getting names and stuff.
okay, all right. If there's no more discussion, I'll please to call for a vote.
There's nothing to vote on
Oh, there's
that one.
not?
Yeah, there's no action. that
Oh,
needs to
there
be
is,
done.
right, there's
Yeah.
no action because,
Yeah.
okay. So there'll be no action on that. We'll go on to item number 11. Discussion and possible action to approve the resolution 2023-24, which is amending the City of Mangum's Oklahoma budget for the fiscal year 2022 to 23 and establishing a budget amendment authority, authorizing the city manager, the city clerk to transfer an unexpected and unencumbered appropriations at any time throughout February, the fiscal year 22-23, from one line item to another or one object category to another within a department without the further approval of the city council. First, before we discuss, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
So we have a second. Okay. Irma, do you want to go ahead and just kind of explain to them what you said the auditor said? That this is, what we're doing is, so that we can tell everybody here and the board, is that when she looked at when she audited us, she said we have a whole bunch of proclamations and changes and stuff. That this is what we're asking for here, is you're not adding to the budget or deleting the budget, you're just simply moving something from one line to another. And therefore, in the past, it wouldn't matter if it was $10, we were having to do a resolution to do that. So, the auditor said was good to do, and that it would save us a lot of time. The main thing is that it's gonna be worked out to where all of you commissioners will be able to be notified when they're gonna do that. That's one of the things that is really important, is that they're gonna let us know. They're not gonna move money from this account to that account and not tell us about it. So, that way, if there's any question about it at the next meeting, or even if they just wanna call somebody up here, you can do that, but that you will know about it. Okay, that's the biggest thing for me. You will know about it. And the auditor said it was good that most communities or cities do it this way. Are there any questions about it? Do you have any questions about it?
So this basically, once they allow or make us aware of what changes they want, then those two can move forward in making the actual move of the money, as long as it's,
Well, they go
Okay.
ahead and do, yeah, they can let us know
Right.
before or after, whichever, before preferably, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and that way you guys can express your opinion about what you think, but hopefully it'll only take a couple of minutes on a telephone instead of having to put it in here and
Have a meeting
make a
every
rules
time.
resolution on the meeting and do all that stuff. Make these things out, these resolutions out, so it's gonna save a lot of time, and
So we'll have a form
there'll be a
to
form,
go,
right?
with the account numbers and how much money will go from where to where. And I'll email it to each and every one of you, including Corey, and then you can approve it if it's good or not, or if we need to talk about it, or have a meeting about it.
Okay.
This is just to slow down the process and the meetings and the resolutions.
Basically, at the department level is really all this affects. Because,
Mhm.
you know, the example that I used was like Scott. He needs more fuel. Well, the budget doesn't put that in there, but he has plenty in this other line that he hasn't used. So it allows him to basically reallocate it from this line to fuel without the need for y'all amending the budget is what it, but if it's encumbered funds, meaning money that y'all already set aside, it doesn't affect that, and also it doesn't affect the fact that we've taken money from Scott's department and given it to another department. That would still require y'all to pass that amendment. It's just within that department line,
department.
where the money can be better utilized on the line that that department needs.
Okay.
Any more questions?
And any increase or decrease to that department, again, would go through y'all.
Okay.
No more questions? Call for a vote, please.
Burnham,
Yeah.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item number 12, discussion and possible action to accept the best and most responsible bid for the Nighthawk sweeper. I don't do motions and actions, I just, you've seen it. Let me have your,
I would recommend we table this.
Yes.
Do you want to table it or reject all bids?
No, we just need to reject the bids, I think.
Well, yeah. we-
that bid,
Well, that's the only one we have, right?
yeah, that's the only
Right now?
one we have, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you get one in tomorrow, that's, you know, but we'd have to be at another meeting.
Yeah, I don't think that there even comes close to what we paid for it.
Not even a little bit.
No. And just to let you guys know, we've got a bid from one company called Nighthawk Sweeper. They're wanting to buy this sweeper that we have out available to sell, but they're asking us $22,500 for about a $130,000 machine.
Yeah.
So we're saying, no, thank you. Oh, 180? Okay.
We paid 180.
We paid 180?
Yep.
Oh, well,
All right, somebody
That's-
needs to go to jail here.
yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no.
Okay. So, we need a motion to
I make
reject.
a motion, we reject the bid.
A second.
We have a motion to second, call for a vote. I don't think we need to discuss that.
Burnham,
No,
Miller,
Yes.
yeah.
Chapman,
On rejection.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item number 13 on the agenda is discussion and possible action to enter into executive session to discuss the employment, hiring, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining, and resignation of any individual salary public officer or employee, specifically to appoint an interim city manager in accordance with 25 OS 307B1. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion to go into executive session. We have a second. Call for a vote, please.
Burnham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, we are in executive. The executive session's over, and at this time, there will be no action on item number 13. No action at all. The next item on the agenda was staff and board remarks. Remarks or inquiries by the governing body members, city manager, city attorney, or city employees. Is there anybody that would like to address the commission? Yes, come up. Our interim fire chief,
Too many
sorry,
names.
too many chiefs.
I just have something real quick,
Okay,
just kind of an update on a couple of things.
Thank you.
We received a grant. They gave it to us just right before, they finalized it in last month, through the forestry department. It's an 80-20 reimbursement grant. We have just now started, we received our supply hose. We are working at ordering all the other equipment that was granted on this. All the fire department's gonna have to pay out of this is $4,803.80. So the state's gonna pay for $19,000 worth of equipment to upgrade our existing equipment. And then on the next page, we are working on a FEMA grant, ASG grant. This is just a list of equipment that we're gonna request on that grant and the pricing. Things have really increased.
oh, I can imagine. Everything has.
Yes,
Who does the grant? physically writes the grant?
It's doing the
I'm
work.
doing it, I'm trying to do it myself.
All right.
I've never done it, but I'm trying.
Okay.
And then we have purchased a sign for the building, which is the next page. And it's a picture of it on the building. It's not on there yet. We have purchased it out of our donation money. The next page is a picture of what the sign will actually look like on the building. And we went through the sign shop here in town
Oh, okay,
to get it.
okay.
And then the last page is on the FEMA grant. What's highlighted is the funds available this year for that grant. And that will be,
Is that available for the,
that's
Just us?
nationwide.
no, I started to say.
Yeah,
what-
that'll be nationwide,
Okay. Well,
so.
I don't think we'd qualify for 324 million.
No, but hopefully we can get something out of it to update some stuff.
Okay, that sounds
So-
great.
That's just a quick update.
All right.
Do we know with our contract through SWOTA, I know that there's a grant writer provided for us that will help write grants. Could
Mhm.
she assist him with that if he needs help?
They can. You can call them at
So-
any time,
Okay.
actually. I've
I was
done
gonna
that.
say, there's a grant writer available that you can pick her brain and she can help walk through grants and
I'll
stuff
get-
like that,
I'll get her
so.
information.
I mean, we've got a contract with them, we may as well utilize them.
Exactly.
So,
That was just a quick update on what's been going on in the fire department.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you.
much. We appreciate it. Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission? Yes.
The one thing that we forgot to mention is SWOTA, which is actually, it's not SWOTA, it's SWOR. It's a derivative of SWOTA somehow, but they have taken over the Greer County 911. That does not mean they took over dispatch, but they completely
Oh.
took over the 911 system, so they will be coming in and giving us new 911 equipment, everything like that. So, well, not giving us, they're the ones taking over it, but that does not mean that they're
Was that the
paying
county? Was
dispatch
that
or
the
anything
county
like
that
that.
did
That's
that?
county.
That county decided, yeah,
The 911 board,
yes.
which is different from the county,
Oh, that's true.
the 911 board voted to go ahead and give
go with
them
SWOTA.
control.
Okay.
So we just met with them today.
But we're still
We're still in charge
responsible
of dispatch.
of
ERS.
employing them.
Yes.
Yes,
Dispatchers.
dispatchers. Okay. Anyone else? Is there any new business? Irma, there's not any new business, is there? Okay. Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion. May I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Call for a vote, please.
Burnham?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Chapman?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. We're gonna go right into the Mangum Utility Authority. At this time, I call the meeting to order. Would you do a roll call, please?
Scott?
Here.
Burnham?
Here.
Miller?
Here.
Chapman?
Here.
Peterson?
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. The consent agenda consists of 6 items, those same types of items that we had at our last meeting. Would you like to have anything removed from the consent agenda? If it looks good, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Call for a vote, please.
Scott?
Yes.
Burnham?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Chapman?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Okay. Remarks or inquiries by the audience not pertaining to any item on the agenda for the Mangum Utility Authority. Any remarks? Okay, we'll go right on to discussion and possible action to accept the agreement with Myers Engineering for the CDBG REAP grant with the MUA is applying for a wastewater discharge. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Is there any discussion on this? Anybody have any questions or any discussion about it? Okay. If not, I'll call for a vote to approve Myers Engineering for the grant.
Scott?
Yes.
Burnham?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Chapman?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Okay, motion,
This is the one that if we don't get the grant, then we don't pay anybody anything,
Right.
Right, yeah.
Item number 8 is the same as that was on the last meeting, so there will be no action on item number 8 or 9. So at this point, staff and board remarks to the, by the city manager, city attorney, or any city employees like to address the MUA? Any new business? I don't think so, right? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Call for a vote, please.
Scott,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate all of you taking your time.